What's up guys? Welcome to this week's Mercer World. It's Thursday, you know what that means. It means a brand new episode just for you. Every week I'm here reviewing what's good on Netflix, Amazon and Sky. If you want to keep in the loop, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Thank you very much for your comments last week guys. Joe Willie, the message you left was absolutely lovely. I'm really glad that you get a lot out of the channel and it helps you find what you want to watch. That is the whole purpose of the channel, so that's brilliant bud. Make sure you tell your friends. Roman, I'm glad you didn't stick with Horse Girl as it was a bit horse shit. You know what I'm talking about. I can't swear on this channel. Nick, thank you very much for your comment. I hope you find something going nice with the cheese. And Simon Warren, thank you very much for your comment. Your first time you finally subscribed to the channel. Appreciate all of your help with it and all the promotion you've been doing. So thank you very much, Simon Warren. This week I have a great selection for you. 3 really different choices and they are all on Netflix this week. Ranging from an interesting documentary about a pop singer, Steve Stifler playing a completely different character to what you're used to, and a really good new fantasy series on Netflix. So, without further ado, let's see what I've been watching this week. Bloodline on Netflix. This film I was umming and ahhing about. It stars Sean William Scott, aka Steven Stifler from the American Pie movies. This role is very, very different from what you're used to seeing him in, where he does a lot of comic roles. This is very dark, he's very quiet, very broody in this movie. He has done other similar films to this, such as Goon, where he has attempted to go into a dramatic role, but it hasn't always paid off for him. This movie is about a guy who's recently had a baby, and his wife, and he's a psychiatrist, and he starts losing the plot a little bit. And whilst he's losing the plot, he starts having all his students, you know, having tough homebringers, they've got abusive parents, things like that. He decides to become a serial killer and sort them all out. I nearly gave up on this about half an hour in. There is nothing but a crying baby all the time. It's a bit stressful, a bit annoying. Once I got past all of the baby crying and stuff and I stuck with it, I was really happy I did. This isn't a marvellous, brilliant film. It's a unique film. It's one that I will remember. If you like something like Drive, I think you will enjoy this. It's a little bit silly. It's a little bit unique. It's almost a straight to DVD kind of film. And I think this is going to be a Marmite film. You'll either love it or hate it. To be honest, I didn't quite love it, but I did enjoy it. I think on IMDb it's got about 6 out of 10, but I'd probably say it's more of a 7.5 out of 10, just because, you know, it's a little bit of fun. It's a fun movie. There's lots of gore in it. It's quite dark, but there's also a bit of comedy in it as well. So if you're stuck for something to watch and you want to watch something a bit different, give this one a go. As I say, I'm not totally saying it's brilliant, because I know some of you will absolutely hate this, but give it a go and let me know what you think in the comments below. Miss Americana on Netflix. This is a documentary following Taylor Swift. Before I watched this documentary, I didn't know a great deal about Taylor Swift. I know a few of her songs and that's about. I knew she was a really successful American pop star. The only perception I had about her was what I read in the newspaper, and that was all very negative. This documentary really surprised me and I would really recommend you watching it. My perception of Taylor Swift has completely changed. In this documentary, you see how the tabloids have spun a load of stories, a load of lies about her, and you see a young girl who's a brilliant musician, who's very, very talented, can play multiple instruments, writes all her own songs, makes all her own records, and basically the media have just started killing her over the years. You know, it's absolutely disgusting, it really is. The documentary covers from a young age up to sort of present day, and sort of how she grows as a woman and how she's coped with fame, loneliness, you know, trust issues, things like that, you know, body issues. Thank you very much to my friend Tyler who actually recommended this to me. One of the main facets of this documentary is the insight into the incident with Kanye West, where Taylor Swift won a VMA Music Video Award and Kanye West got on stage, stole the microphone from a 17-year-old or 19-year-old girl, started, you know, saying it should have gone to Beyonce, and it, you know, it was so much uproar about it. Makes you feel a little bit sad when you see it from her sort of point of view, because you see the angles of the arena and everyone booing and she thinks they're booing her. It's really worth a watch. Actually, I was really, really surprised. You're into your music. It's just really good to see how the music industry works. Get a bit of an insight into somebody you don't really know a lot about except for what you've read in media, where obviously she's a successful woman, so they want to keep her down. So check that one out. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm all about girl power, as you well know, so I'd love to know what you guys think. So let me know about that one. Miss Americana on Netflix. Locke Key on Netflix. This is a new series on Netflix and it follows 3 children and their mother whose husband and their father has sadly died. Then they find out that he had this house called the Key House, him and his family. So they decide to move in there, obviously sort of once his will's been read out, etc, etc. When the kids get to the house, they start discovering these keys. Each one gives a different magic ability and there's a real dark side to it as well. This is a really cool series. I'm really, really impressed with this one. It reminds me of being sort of young and watching something like Hook, you know, where you got a bit of fantasy, something like that, you know, a bit of a magic imagination, but then it blends with a real adult tone to it. Imagine something like Hook, but when somebody actually fell, they actually died. You know, there's actually a realism to it. This is a good mix of that. There's plenty of laughs in this. There's lots of really cool scenes. It's not going to be for everyone. I think if you like something like the series Sabrina on Netflix, this will be right up your street. As I was referring to earlier, with the dark side to it, there's things you just don't expect. Like suddenly, you know, there was something going on with the villains in this film, and there's suddenly, you know, some of them brutally murdered, and it, you know, it's quite graphic. It's really dark and edgy, yet it's kind of fun as well. It's like a mix between The Goonies and The Ring. And the only reason I actually said The Ring is because there is a bad guy who lives in a well. Not really that much of a link. Overall, this is a really enjoyable series. I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10. Probably going to do a series 2 most likely. It's been very successful, but I would love to know what you guys think in the comments below, and did it tickle your fancy? Let me know as always. That's all the reviews for this week, guys, but thank you for staying to the end of the video. Now, I need a little favour from you, if you would not mind. As you're aware, every week I put in several hours putting these videos together on top of watching all these things just for you guys. And with a little baby in the house, it's getting much more difficult. So, what I would ask you, if you would not mind, could you tell your friends, tell your family about Mercer, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and help me build the channel. I really appreciate every one of you who come every week, leave comments, hit like, and enjoy the videos. I really do, guys. So thank you very much, and keep on coming back. It means the world to me. It's why I do it week in, week out. Also, I'd just like to say last week as well, there's a few issues with sound, which hopefully this week I have rectified. But if not, make sure you leave a comment below and I will be sure to sort it out, because I just don't know what's gone wrong. I'm losing the plot. And next week there'll be plenty more selection just for you. So I'll see you guys next Thursday. Have a great week.